having the different generational views on it, because you don't know like the old games with Doom and everything else. I mean, I'm sure you played the newer ones, but you weren't really there for the progression of them. So I've seen the
Well, see,
progression of the
here's
games all
yeah,
through the
yeah. See,
years.
here's the thing, though. I have more advantage of talking about video games more than the regular kids because my father, my brothers, and my sisters and everybody, they've they've all played video games. So like I do have a good like opinion about it, but like I see where you're saying you weren't there when it was actually happening.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's totally different.
yeah.
But
I mean,
I
you,
could sit
you
here
you
and
could go back and look at Mario 3 and say, man, this is like a kid's game. It's crap. But when it came out for the older generations, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. We've never seen anything like it. Yeah, so it's just
yeah.
that whole time disconnect. Yeah,
And it's just like every most kids they just play Call of Duty. I do play that game, but I'm just saying it's not my
yeah.
favorite game I've ever played. It's
I'm
just a game
just
that I
I
like to shoot people in, so
I'm just kind of sick of the whole shooter genre. It's been overdone,
yeah.
and that's all any
Yeah,
developers
yeah,
generally are
yeah,
doing
yeah.
anymore. And you know, indie games are good and all, but having a big game developer work on an indie style game is something else. That's one of the reasons why I was so hyped for No Man's Sky, was because it's kind of an indie game, but it's being made by a big developer, and I think that's just awesome because you can have them innovating in ways like they were back in the beginning, where these small
Yeah.
companies were slowly becoming the big indie games like IGN, etc. And and they were innovating with every game and looking for new ways to do stuff, new ways to program stuff, new ways to make you move, etc. And it's just kind of been lost into the whole hype of, ooh, let's steal something from let's steal something from Sands of Time, Prince of Persia, and put it in Call of Duty and call it a game. Oh yeah, and you can jump higher to snipe each other in the air. I
now
mean,
see, now see, this is where I'm starting to get more hype about like I can never say their name. The creators of Elder Scrolls and Fallout 4. I can never say their name. I always have a problem with it. But
Bethesda.
you know who I'm talking. Yes.
Bethesda.
Now, Bethesda.
There
That's
you
how you
go.
say
That's
it?
it. Yep.
Okay.
Bethesda.
Okay. Bethesda. Okay. Now, yeah, you probably need your controller. Here you go. Enjoy your game, father. Now, the like these are the companies I get more excited about because they're making games that people do enjoy. Like they have a good amount of people that like their games. Now, that's that's where I have hope. Now, see, another thing I'm getting hyped about, that game that I talked to you about, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the creators of a shooter game, Killzone, they're making this game.
Okay.
Now, Now, that's where I'm starting to get more excited is because they're coming out with a better game than Killzone. I thought Killzone was god awful, but anyway, still, they're starting to realize that their game series, their shooter game series, is god awful against games like Battlefield and Call of Duty. Now, they can't really have more big shooter games because Call of Duty and Battlefield have already taken those.
Mm-hmm.
So let those crappy companies make their crappy games for those crappy kids. So some companies just need to realize they need to stop making shooters and start having more original ideas because we already have basic ass companies making basic ass games.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the big companies are supposed to be the innovators, always doing something new, always on the cutting edge. And they've kind of fallen into the rut of, well, this game did good, let's make 40 billion of them and just play it out. And honestly, that's where I think they are at this point.
Now, I wanted to develop my own game. It's just like they've already been taking so many ideas that the ideas I've had like 2 or 3 years ago, they're pointless because they've already made a game like that. So,
Oh, about 10 years ago, I talked about the possibility of doing a game like No Man's Sky, but I don't think they went far enough. I mean, I think they're too stuck on the whole exploration thing. I think they need to make it. If they, I mean, I can't say for sure that they haven't, but I'm pretty sure they haven't from what they've released. Is if they could make it where it's not just that you're exploring and naming and grabbing planets, but if they can make it to where you're actually taking over or getting involved with an empire and helping it spread its influence or stuff like that. I know that's been done before, but the thing is you're innovating at the same time you're doing a tried and true platform that would interest people. And a lot of these games that are like the whole strategic the whole strategic command the universe stuff, some of those have been around forever. I mean, just look at Risk. It's a board game. It's about World War One. It's been around for 50 years, and they're still making video games about it, and they still sell. So
yeah.
there's something to be said about it. I mean, I know they didn't really want a whole storyline in it, and they didn't want to make another Masters of Orion 3 or 4 or whatever, or stuff like that. But I, from what they've
Now, see,
released and
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about it so far, I just I think they're not. They estimate that 0.1% of the planets they're generating will be explored, or maybe at most 5%. Absolute most 5% out of 17 quintillion stars, okay? And that's over what they're expecting to be 10 or 20 years of the game. I don't expect it to last anywhere near that long if there's nothing to do but explore around, learn an alien language, and
Yeah, and get connected with the alien people that are on the planets, with the other life forms.
hmm I,
Because,
I mean, yeah, it's
yeah,
innovative. Yeah, it's new. Yeah, you're pushing pre-generated rendering to a whole new level. But where, I mean, I understand the concept, but I don't see how they're going to hold their audience with it. Especially, I mean, they're already kind of shooting themselves in the foot by making it so people can't play together in any traditional sense, because it's unlikely you'll be able to find your friends unless you all make it to the center of the universe. Which, you know what, is fine in itself as long as you're going to be meeting other people, but they made it so you're not really going to meet anyone. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, you can meet people, but you're going to have to play from what it sounds like six, or you're going to have to play like 3 or 4 months solid just to get to the point to where you're actually meeting another player. And you know, that's cool and all, and yeah, and yeah, you could still say it's multiplayer, I guess, but you're going to lose so much of the world playing on it, because the big thing that really draws people into games is storyline, your friends to play with or kill or have fun with, or just completely mind-blowing originality. And you know what? The
Now,
whole
see,
random generated world has been done before. I mean, it's done in Minecraft, it's done in everything else, but Minecraft would have died off by now if you couldn't do it with friends. Seriously, right?
yeah, and see, here's the thing. The only the a good reason why they're selling is, yes, they don't have a storyline, but you make your own storyline. It's a game that you have your own objectives, and that's why they still sell, is because there are multiple ways for you to play. The only limit is your imagination. That's why they sell.
No,
That's
no, no,
literally
no,
why
no,
the
no.
game
The
sells.
only limit is not your imagination. Okay? Yes, you can modify a planet. And if someone wanted to, they could spend like 10 years going through and absolutely just
I'm talking
naming a
about
planet,
Minecraft.
naming everything on it. Oh, I was talking No Man's Sky. Well, yeah,
I know you're talking about No Man's Sky, but you mentioned Minecraft, and I'm just like, well, see, Minecraft is still selling because the only limit you have on this game is your imagination. If you have no imagination, well,
yeah.
you're
And they
screwed.
actually made a version of the people with no imagination so that the people with no imagination could play. It's called story mode, and they added a story in.
Yeah, and it's by a shitty. Mm,
Yeah, no
well, I'm
comment.
not saying
Let, let,
Telltale is
let's leave that
shitty, but
one
I
alone.
mean,
Well,
yeah.
I don't like most of the Telltale genre, actually. I went and tried it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god. They say RPG, not really, really,
yeah,
no, not.
yeah. And honestly, the whole Skyrim thing that you were mentioning earlier, oh my God, did they fuck up with Elder Scrolls Online? It was supposed to be
Yeah, but I
Skyrim.
mean, they're talking about the next Elder Scrolls game, and I think they're gonna blow it out of the fucking water because
Well, we hope. We hope.
it's
If they go back to their roots with the whole Skyrim, the way Skyrim was, I mean, multiplayer's nice, but you know what? Skyrim didn't need it. That was the point of Skyrim. You didn't need multiplayer. But
yeah.
they took away the whole combat system and turned it into a clone of Final Fantasy or WoW. Which, yeah, you know what? Fine,
Now,
great,
see,
good,
if
grand,
you
but
what
yeah.
I think, I don't know if you would agree
Little
or
boy
not.
is
You
standing
can
out
invite.
front
I
by
think
the
they should make it
fence,
where.
facing the street, hollering help.
Peacocks will do that, dear.
And there ain't nothing wrong with him. There ain't a damn thing wrong with that bird.
Yeah, we have a peacock on the property, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Now, see, I don't know if you would agree, but I mean, you do not like Skyrim did not need multiplayer added to it at all. Like being in a server with multiple people, no, it gets too crowded. Now,
Co-op.
what
That
if
would have
they
been
made it
awesome.
where you can now, what if they made it where you can may have maybe one or two friends in a private server that you can do all the shit that you needed to do? Now,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably still not invite people, but still, there's people that do need
Oh,
serious
you
help
know
in
you
those
would invite
games.
me.
So,
Oh yeah, Smile needed serious
yeah,
help.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
I would
had to
probably
go through
invite
and play
you.
as him. I mean, I went through and I decimated Skyrim, killed every dragon several times, and yeah.
Yeah, same. And then I got rid of my PS4 and I cried.
Ah. You mean your PS3?
I said PS3, didn't I?
No, you said PS4.
Oh shit, sorry. I'm kind of zoning out here, but yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I meant.
And I think I'm going to
Now,
have to upload this conversation too, because it's been pretty interesting as well. And then maybe just start broadcasting so we can continue this conversation. What do you think?
I'm probably just gonna make a series off of this called Gaming Conversations or some shit,
Yeah,
talking about gaming.
yeah.
Just like sit there and talk about gaming, cause like
The gamer's
then the people could.
perspective. That's what we call it.
Yes.
The gamer's perspective. And we don't have to have the same perspective, but we have a perspective, damn it. And we're going to
Yeah. We matter.
market it.
God damn it.
Yeah, and you know what? I really feel a lot of game developers have kind of forgot that that their audience really does matter, and they've just kind of ignored us for the most part in what we've been saying on things. I mean, and the whole Elder Scrolls platform, the newest version, is just kind of an extension of that. They were trying to tap into the WoW instead of tapping into, wow, we love this game, make another one exactly like it but better, and they gave us WoW.
Yeah. They gave us a game that's too fucking crowded and it's bullshit. That's why I literally have not gotten the game. Like, I watched reviews on that shit, and I'm just like,
I
yeah,
played
it
it.
looks
I
great, but
couldn't
at the
stand it.
same time, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I like games like that. I mean, I play Final Fantasy, but I was so offended that they had done that to Skyrim that I won't play it. I refuse. I refuse to go through and play the whole damn game. It's
Yeah.
it's sad. And I blame Lamb for that too, for joining the party while we're having this conversation. How dare you, sir, without saying hi or anything like that.
What was the funnest part of your day?
And now he's ignoring it.
Because then you'd be like, damn it, Liam, I'm trying to talk about Elder Scrolls.
Yes, I know.
Damn it, I don't care if you're talking about Elder Scrolls or my elder mom. I go give a hell. But